Good Saturday evening, everyone. It is 5 o'clock. Thank you for joining us for our Carnival on 4 forecast. We're here to bring you the latest on the severe weather that is expected to roll in going into tonight. So far today, we've been dry. It has been warm and humid and windy. We're actually under a wind advisory. Those winds have been gusty up to 30+ miles per hour, and that's right out ahead of this cold front that's moving in. Now, as the cold front gets closer, it will trigger those showers and storms getting into late tonight and into the early overnight hours. So at least for the early part of the evening will be mainly dry. We'll start to see some isolated showers pop up, but it really looks like around 10 o'clock tonight or so, continuing until about 3 a.m. is when we'll have a line of strong storms push in. So we'll see some heavier downpours late tonight through early in the overnight hours, some strong gusty winds within that line of storms, and there is a small chance or a low chance for an isolated tornado, especially on the North Shore and in South Mississippi. So we'll be watching out for this later on your Saturday night. Make sure you download our WWL app on your TV so you can watch online for free on TV rather, for your smart TV. So that's always an option, or of course on social media, live on air. Any way you can watch us, that would be great. And have a way to get weather warnings in case there are some warnings issued late tonight and in the overnight hours. Of course, when people are sleeping or coming home from parades, you'll want to know if we do have a weather warning issued later tonight. So I mentioned that cold front that is moving in. It's getting closer now. It's triggering some showers and storms off in northern Louisiana. Quite a bit of heavier showers towards the Tennessee Valley and the mid-Mississippi Valley. They're seeing some heavier rain and storms as well as this system kind of progresses off to the east. And when the cold front gets closer, that's when we'll have our rain and storms push in late tonight and in the overnight hours. Currently, our radar is not showing a whole lot. There are some very spotty showers that are starting to pop up, though, on the South Shore, so you may feel some raindrops at times this evening, but it's not a whole lot. Off to the west in Alexandria, there's actually a tornado watch in effect off to our northwest. We are not included in this watch at this point, but it looks like so far the strongest of the storms look to be placed off out of our area to the northwest towards Alexandria. That's where they're seeing some showers and storms now, and that's all mostly west of I-49. But we'll continue to see rain pop up for us this evening and especially late tonight, and some storms. 77 degrees. It felt like the middle of spring today. Feels like 79. Many of us got into the 80s earlier this afternoon. We've got southerly winds coming in 13 miles per hour. Dew points are in the 60s, so it is feeling a bit muggy outside. Area-wide temperatures in the upper 70s and still 80 degrees in Laplace, so very warm as we head into this evening. Also, like I mentioned, it's windy. We're under a wind advisory. We've got mostly looking at southerly winds sustained 10 to 20 miles per hour. Looks like we're seeing 22 mile per hour sustained winds at the lakefront in Reserve as well. Gusts are above 30 miles per hour in a few spots, so we're going to continue to see gusty winds the rest of your Saturday night, and it stays windy tomorrow as well behind the cold front. But today we've got the southerly winds. Tomorrow we'll have the northwesterly winds behind that front, but the windy weather is actually here to stay all weekend long. You may see an occasional wind gust up to 40 miles per hour. That's why we have the wind advisory that's in effect for the entire area until midnight tonight to account for those occasional wind gusts that get above 30, maybe up to 40 miles per hour at times throughout the rest of the evening and into late tonight. So here's a look at tonight's parade forecast. It will be very mild, warm, and humid. Temperatures will be in the 70s this evening. You'll want to dress lightly. Of course, you don't need a jacket tonight, but you will need one tomorrow as temperatures drop behind this front. So it will be colder tomorrow for parades tomorrow on Sunday. As for this evening, there will be some spotty showers and storms tonight, but we're really looking at the bulk of the rain and storms coming in late tonight, which is good news for our parade forecast. Really, the parades look to be minimally impacted by the weather because a lot of that rain comes in late and into the overnight hours. So let's time it out with you. Of course, we're staying windy, keeping the southerly winds into this evening. This is around 8 o'clock tonight. We start to see a few spotty showers pop in from the west. This is all going to be moving west to east. This is 9:30 tonight. Some more spotty showers and storms out ahead of that main line. And like I mentioned, that main line looks to come in around 10, 11 o'clock tonight, and it will continue to push in around midnight and then into the overnight hours. This line of storms, though, will be bringing some very strong wind gusts with it as it pushes through the region. This is at 1 o'clock in the morning. The city of New Orleans, the metro area, Slidell, seeing some soaking showers with this line of rain and storms. We get to about 2 in the morning. We continue to deal with some showers, especially on the South Shore, but they start to push off to the east and go more into Mississippi towards Alabama. And by 3 o'clock in the morning, I think we'll be done with everything. So before the sun comes up tomorrow, the rain and storms will be over, but we do have kind of an active, busy night of some strong storms that are on tap. We're being highlighted for a severe weather risk across the area. I mean, we're not the only ones. The strongest of the storms look to be mostly focused to our north throughout Mississippi, northern Louisiana. But we are included now in an enhanced risk of severe weather on the North Shore and in South Mississippi. So it has increased for our North Shore spots today. So we're an enhanced risk. That's a level 3 out of 5. And you notice these hatch marks. That means any tornadoes that can form within that hatched area may be stronger than normal and longer lived, longer tracked. So that's something we'll be watching closely. The risk for isolated tornadoes is mostly focused on the North Shore and South Mississippi. So that's one of the things we'll look out for late tonight through early tomorrow morning, about 3 a.m. or so. And then also really the biggest thing will be the strong wind gusts potential along that line of storms that pushes in, say around 10 or 11 and continues until about 3 in the morning or so. Very low chance for any hail, probably not really going to have to worry about that. And we'll see some heavier downpours, but nothing crazy and off the charts. We may pick up to a ½ an inch to maybe 1 inch of rainfall total, give or take. So there will be some soaking downpours, but it looks like the line of storms moves in pretty rapidly, though it does pack a punch in terms of the strong wind gust potential with that line of storms late tonight. Tomorrow, much different story. Chilly and windy behind the front. Northwest winds 15 miles per hour, gusting to 30 tomorrow. Make sure you wear a jacket and keep yourself warm tomorrow, especially in the morning and in the evening as we get into a kind of a colder pattern going into the next work week. We only get to about 60 degrees tomorrow afternoon, but the sunshine will really help us out. So tomorrow's parade forecast is delightful. 50s for most of the day, maybe briefly touching 60 in the midday hours. And then tomorrow night, mostly clear, still pretty breezy tomorrow night. Temperatures will be chilly in the 50s tomorrow evening. Monday also will be a chilly day, but very nice. Temperatures only topping out in the 50s on Monday, plenty of sunshine. We do have another cold front that moves in, bringing us even colder weather the second half of the week. But out ahead of that front, there's actually another chance for rain for us later Tuesday into Wednesday. So expect some more rain midweek. Late Tuesday into Wednesday, we'll have some soaking rain. And then that cold front blows in going into Wednesday. It's going to be frigid, actually. We get a return back to winter later in the week. So tomorrow, 60 degrees in the afternoon, upper 50s on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be mild in the low to mid 60s and then very cold. Thursday and Friday, we're only in the 40s in the afternoon. And you know it's going to be windy. We have that front pushing in. We keep kind of elevated winds with us all this week. It will be pretty much breezy every day. And then going into next weekend, we stay chilly. I did want to show you Monday morning, since we have this front coming in late tonight, it will be cooling down quite a bit. That temperatures will fall to the 30s on the North Shore going into Monday morning. So actually we are expecting at least some frost and a light freeze north of the lake and even west of the lake on Monday morning. Tuesday and Wednesday, we don't have to worry about that. It is going to be a bit milder midweek out ahead of that next cold front. But the next cold front actually brings hard freeze conditions possible on the North Shore and parts of South Mississippi. So we'll be watching for a hard freeze on Thursday morning and Friday morning. That'd be north of the lake. But even on the South Shore, we'll be watching for a light freeze and some patchy frost Thursday morning and Friday morning. So we're welcoming back some bitter cold temperatures, and they're actually here to stay really for all of this new upcoming work week. So here's that 7-day forecast. Enjoy the cooler weather while we've got it, because you know it's been pretty warm lately. I'm pretty happy that we're seeing temperatures cool down. Of course, it comes at a cost. We have the storms moving in late tonight, which we do want to, get to your questions about those storms. I'm joined by Whitney Miller, and we're going to take some viewer questions,
hey,
I believe. Yes.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
No questions just yet,
No questions yet.
but I have my own questions.
Yes.
Okay, so if I'm going to the parade tonight, I should probably bring an umbrella.
Yes, that is definitely a great question. Umbrella for sure, if you'd like, or if you wanted to rough it. I don't think we're going to see a ton of rain tonight. We could get some passing showers in the evening hours. It really doesn't look like till about 10 or 11 we see some heavier showers pushing in. So umbrella is a good idea. Maybe a poncho, something like that, or like a light rain jacket, because it is going to be very warm tonight. So if you have maybe a light sort of situation where you have a hood on it, but yeah, rain gear would be a good idea. Not a bad idea. Maybe rain boots too if you're really trying to go after it.
I feel like this weather has been all over the place. There was snow, then it was hot, now it's raining.
Yeah.
Like, what is up with this weather cycle that we've been seeing?
It's really up and down, up and down. Yeah, we were cold. We had the historic snowfall. 2 weeks later, it's record heat. Now we're getting back into a winter chill. It's just like the nature of the game. It goes up and down sometimes, and you just kind of have to roll with the punches. I know over the next week or so, we are going to be seeing temperatures below average, which I think is a nice welcome change. It is still February. It certainly has felt like the middle of April the last few weeks most of the time. So these next couple cold fronts actually bring us back into reality. I did want to show you tonight's parade forecast again, and just in case you are joining us now. Temperatures stay in the 70s tonight, and it is going to be windy. So we are under that wind advisory until midnight tonight. So we'll have those wind gusts even before any storms come in, maybe up to 30, 40 miles per hour too. So keep that in mind. If you have a funny, funky costume that you're wearing tonight, make sure to hold on to it tightly because those winds will be howling, I think, going into this evening. And again, we'll have those spotty showers and storms tonight, but we'll see that bulk of rain, that line of rain and storms later on about 11 p.m. tonight or so until about 3 a.m. or so. And that's when we'll have those stronger wind gusts coming our way. And that's our biggest thing to look out for when it comes to the severe weather is we could see those wind gusts with that line of storms maybe coming in 50, 60 miles per hour. So make sure you have a way to get weather warnings in case we get a severe thunderstorm warning issued, or maybe there's a tornado warning. We'll see. It looks like there is a possibility we could see an isolated tornado risk with this line of weather coming in late tonight.
Is it possible it could flood, or should we be concerned about flooding?
I don't think flooding is going to be too big of an issue, which is good news. We'll probably see maybe, some good soaking downpours, pick up maybe a ½ inch to 1 inch of rain. So there could be some, big puddles and ponding on some of our roads that are pretty susceptible to that if you get a good soaking downpour. But flooding risk looks fairly low. I don't think it's going to be off the charts, which is good news. Always good news when we don't have to worry too much about flooding.
And then for tomorrow, if people are getting outside, again, what is it looking like in terms of storms?
Yeah, so tomorrow, a whole different story. So today was like hot, humid. It felt like summertime. I walked outside. I'm like, I can't be bothered with this today. Tomorrow, not humid, sunny, beautiful, crisp and refreshing. Temperatures in the afternoon will only be in the 50s. Maybe we'll briefly hit 60 degrees tomorrow afternoon. It's still going to be breezy behind this front, but wind direction change comes in from the northwest tomorrow, but it will be colder tomorrow. The sun will help though. I feel like the sun is very powerful here. So even if you're wearing a jacket and it's chilly, the temperatures are down in the 50s, well, that sun is beating down on you. It actually really helps warm you up. But tomorrow night though, we're in the 50s. It will be much chillier tomorrow night in the 50s. And then we're talking about Monday morning being pretty cold. Temperatures Monday morning will be, in the low 30s on the North Shore and 40s on the South Shore. So that's why we could see some patchy frost on the North Shore on Monday morning. And we've got more cold weather coming in the rest of the week. So I wonder if people prefer, what do they like? Do they like the warm weather or the cold weather? What do you think, Wendy?
I prefer the cold when it's February.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's weird that it's been hot. So
it is.
Yeah.
There's a time and place for it. We have a lot of time to bake in the sun and bake in the heat and humidity.
We have a whole summer and fall for that.
It's like, can we at least get some colder weather lasting here? So I'm glad that it will be doing that.
All right, and last thing, if folks want to check in on the weather, how can they do that as they head outside to celebrate Carnival season?
Right, so of course we have our WWL app on your phone. We have the WWL app on our smart TVs. You can download that. It's for free. It's free to watch, just like any other streaming service. Check back in. We'll be doing updates online if there's any severe warnings issued. We'll, of course, hop on our social media channels and WWL Plus to give you the latest. If there's, happens to be a tornado warning, of course, we'll be live on air. We'll just be here watching this with you all night tonight, and we'll bring you the absolute latest on what we're seeing. So far, it has been quiet, but we are expecting those showers to continue to pop up tonight. And then, again, that line of rain and storms comes in around 10, 11 o'clock and continues till about 3 a.m. or so. And then we're done. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day, but a lot cooler.
Well, good to hear about tomorrow. Thank you so much, Alexa, and thank you at home for watching.